Boom, boom. This is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a little bit of Soul and Reloaded up today. So we've had a day or two to roam around with the updates here. So we'll go ahead and talk a little bit more about them. All right. So first, let's take a look at. Let's go ahead and do housekeeping first. As I said, I was going to show you this. So I've hit the 600-day login mark. Okay. So I will be able to claim the 50,000 VIP free points. So we can claim that there. So that's going to bring up the weekly pack. So I'll now be able to get this new weekly pack, which is 12,000, which is good because it's hard to get soul crystals that way. So as you can see, there's quite a few more to getting up in there in the 20s. I guess 20 is the max. But I haven't bought anything. Done it all. It's all been free of charge. So that's pretty good. All right, let's talk about what we got going on. So we've got a Martial Soul event. Okay, that's nice. And we've got a Soul Beast Invasion associated with the actual event. Spirit Soul as well. So let's talk a little bit about the Spirit Soul. They're expensive, okay? let's just talk about. I mean, you can get it with your diamonds, so it's not that big a deal. But these. This was pretty. It was 5,000 a pop, so that's 10,000 if you want to get both of them. So you're looking at these two right here. This was 10,000, just these two. Okay. The reason I've got 58 is because I want to say that Sea God reset. So go ahead and sweep your Sea God. That's going to give you a bunch of diamonds. So go ahead and sweep your Sea God. That's what I did, and that's where I almost got like 15 or something like that from Sea God. But yeah, this is 10,000 diamonds right here just for these two, and you want to purchase it because you're trying to build these up, and this is 20. That's a little bit better than some 10 that you'll normally get sometimes. That is actually a pretty good deal. So go ahead and grab those. This is actually a pretty good deal too. I think I need to check and see how my golds are going, but I think that one's a pretty good deal because it's all of them. So you can use it on any one that you possibly want, and it's only 500, so that's a pretty good deal. I don't purchase these. That's just a waste. If you're playing in your sect, doing your Martial Soul, there's absolutely no reason at all to purchase those. You're going to fill those up just naturally. Again, if you look at the max here, that's 5,600. You get enough of these regularly, but I mean, if you got a lot of diamonds and you're looking, spend on something, then yeah, I'm keeping this for time limited buy, which will be coming up pretty soon. They normally initiate a time limited buy event generally within a week or so after a Master Forge event. So we should be seeing a time limited buy come up here pretty soon. So I'm looking out for that. So that's why I'm being a little bit stingy on my diamonds. Okay. One thing I have noticed, they're giving you active wheel tickets, but the active wheel event is not present. I don't know where it's at. Okay, it's just like normally it starts on Friday, and they started on Friday yesterday, and today giving us the tickets for it when you do your sweeps, but there's no active wheel event. It's not in the time. It's because this is where they put it at. So I don't know where it's at. I thought they might have switched it to daily, but it's not in here either. So I'm not exactly sure where it's at. So unable to participate in that. Top up. This is because I just hit the VIP privilege. So now I can adjust my VIP privilege up to, and I do get to buy this nice little pack. It's not bad, but it's got some stuff in it. So I'll go ahead and buy that. Okay, so SS plus shards, but it's a chance to get it cheap. It's a chance to get something that would normally be priced pretty high, fairly cheap. So that's what that. So nothing much in terms of the chains. Just able to get one more item. So Martial Soul, Spirit Soul. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the new events. So as we've got the new event inside of the Soul Force Trust, we've got the Dragon. This is Buku, guys. If you notice my last video, I think I was at like 36. I'm now at 39. Well, that's mainly because of that. This thing is just a beast. Okay. It takes a while. Okay, morphing takes a while. So, got under the dragon power. It didn't tell me where I got it from. Just said that I got it. We're going to get some more because we're going to be obtaining these two here within the next few days. I'm probably going to need some because I'm running low. But yeah, so I was able to get it up to 200. Up to, what are we at? It doesn't really say. I guess it's level 220, but I haven't seen 220. I guess 220 is when it unlocks. It hasn't unlocked yet. I think it'll be close to 220 when we get it. But yeah, so this is it's still morphing. So this is what you're gonna. But this, yeah, the amount of BP this gives you is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so you definitely want to start maxing this thing out. Okay, it's going to take a while because each morph, the first morph was like 3 hours. The second morph was 24 hours. This third morph here turned into 2 days. So my assumption is you're looking probably 4 days, 8 days, 16 days. You know, so this could, or it could just be, you know, but based on what, you know, based on what, so it could just be, this one would be, you know, 4 days, and then, you know, 6 days, 8 days, 10 days. It's difficult to say at this point, but it's going to take you time, and it's basically just waiting for the morph to complete. Okay, so you're basically probably looking at somewhere between 3 weeks to a month before you'll be able to finish it. And you're going to have to spend quite a bit of diamonds for that. So again, that might be something that you want to look at your diamonds as well. Because it was running roughly about between 6,000 to 10,000 diamonds per morph. But with the amount of BP it gives you, I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, you know, I'll be hitting 40 pretty soon. Yeah, it just gives you a bunch of BP. And it's a bunch of team attack that it gives you as well. So it's definitely something that you want to look into. Okay, I got it 650 for being Nubo Rich on the achievement scale there. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the second item, which is the Royal Hunting Ground. All right, Cakewalk. If you're a medium team, I've completed this. Okay, I've completed them all. Did them all. The beast did not even reach my team. You know, when it starts, your team's on one side, the beast comes out on the other side, then the beast runs towards you. Well, the beast was dying almost immediately until right about, I think the first time he actually got to me was right here, but I killed him a few seconds later. Okay, so now this last one, this turned out to be quite, you know, it took a little while to beat this. I almost lost Hugh in this one, so people were taking damage. So this one might be tough, but as you can see, I chose all of the actual. I can sweep it now. You can sweep once you do it. So it might be, you know, be death, and you're looking for these. The 10,000 is the soul ring that you're looking for. So let's go ahead and I'll just go ahead and purchase some energy. So once you beat it, you can sweep it. Okay, it's just a straight sweep. Okay, and you get hunting orders. The hunting orders are used for the hard one. But the thing you need to remember about the hard one is that it gives you all of them. You have a chance at all of them inside of here. Now the farthest I beat on this is right here, and you can sweep. Okay. And this is give you a chance to get the really good ones. This is the max ones, which is the red ones. So it's red, then the black, then the purple, then the yellow. Okay, so you know, your goal is to try to get these two, is what you want to look for. Okay, and you can get it from any. You can get it from any of the actual. If you look at the main screen, you can get any of them. So. You know, that makes it strut up a little bit more. But, yeah, this is difficult. Okay? So, the problem is what you beat them with. See, you don't need to use all of these. What it is to go to the next level. So, you need 260 points to go to the next level. And as you can see, they give you the points. The points can carry over. So you can beat it, like maybe do it 2 or 3 times without, putting in all of the point modifiers. Will make it able to beat it and carry it. Then you can get to the next one, okay? So it's not something that you don't have to use all of them. I tried all of them, and I didn't quite do it. I was close, but not quite. To do that. Another thing to focus on is there are items off to the side of these. Okay, I've already claimed them all. Okay, you can click on any of these anywhere on the screen. Okay, even if it's over here and parts, you can click on ones over here. Even if I haven't beat this, I can still click on, like, there's like a coin bag and stuff. They all carry the same thing. They carry the items for the hunting camp, because you want to keep up leveling your hunting camp, because that's what makes your team more powerful inside of this event. Okay, so level up your hunting camp. As you can see, I'm already leveled. So whenever you click on those bags, you'll get Soul Beast Bone, Soul Beast Skin, and Soul Beast Horn. Okay, and you don't need to get close to it to be able to click on it. You can click on it immediately when you enter the click on the event tab and go into it. You can immediately start clicking on them if they're there. So that's the first thing I do when I come onto these, is look for those new look for the bags. I think the bags reset daily, but don't hold me to that, because I remember the first day I did this, I collected some of those bags, and when I came back today, they were still there, which means they had repopulated. So I think these populate on a daily basis. So make sure that if you're not even going to do it, make sure you do log on. You get 50 points each day. Okay? So definitely want to log on and do as much as you can. If you're going to sweep, it's best to sweep the last level so you have a chance to get in the good ones. Okay? And that should be that. So definitely try to run it as much as you can. This mid-level players might have difficulty beating this one if you put all the points on like I did. Okay? But again, since this, you want to get to the points, you want to get as many points as you can and defeat it so that you can start sweeping it. You want to be able to do that because it does give you the chance for getting a hunting token in here. Okay? And a lot of these do have tokens in them. I have not been getting a lot of them. I'm not sure what the token drop rate is, but I've only got a handful. I think I've got like 2 tokens the whole time I've been doing it. Okay, no tokens here. So it looks like you start getting tokens right here at the 5K. So at this 5K is when you start being able to get tokens for the upper level. Okay, so keep that in mind. But yeah, and also remember that you can sweep inside of here. Now understand, sweeping inside of here uses the token. Okay, and if you look up, the problem is there's no place to actually get tokens inside of here, but there is a place to get tokens. Let me find the shop that the tokens are in. Which shop is it? I think it's the Sect shop, Soto shop, Slaughter shop, Sea Guide shop, Soulbone shop, Metal shop. There was a shop that they're in. I know it because I've seen it. Because I purchased 5 of them yesterday. But which shop is it in? Maybe I need to scroll down on these right in here. You would think it'd be associated with these. You think it'd be. I swore it was in one of these shops. Which shop is it? Because I actually purchased 5 yesterday when I wanted to test out to see how difficult the actual beasts were inside of there. I actually purchased it. That's a token. That's not, don't confuse the token with the passes. There they are. Hunting orders. It's in the Martial Soul Tournament shop. Right here. So there's 10 of them on a weekly basis. Flew by that right last time. So Martial Soul Tournament shop, and you can purchase these, and these will read. So if you don't get many draws out of there, and this is not much, it's 500. Unfortunately, you don't really get a lot of tokens because there's really other good stuff in here. You want to be purchasing, you want to purchase the actual tokens on both of these daily so you can pull tokens. Okay, and you'd really want to get the Spirit Avatar Essence if you want, but this is on a item, so, but this is a monthly, so this is not going to refill that quickly. This is on a weekly, so you definitely want to purchase these on a weekly basis. So these are going to reset tomorrow. Okay, so there's 5 more in here, so I'll be purchasing another 5 tomorrow to make sure that I run them out. And you've purchased these on a daily so that you can purchase them. I've got some people asking me what, you know, Marshall on the Martial Soul, what exactly you should be actually taking and confusing. You want to level these up. Okay, this one's due for 70, and I can enhance it now. Okay, then you want to do the combination, combine on the souls and max them out. Okay, and as you max them out, you'll be able to get more on the Martial Soul. What you do is just one-click add, and fuse the souls, and that'll take it up a point. Okay, that's what you want to do. That's the best way to get some buff, as you can see, and that'll give me a lot of actual. Of course, I can't really do anything because I've already, I've already God's Sacred maxed out that. But I'm just increasing my BP, just to get stronger. I assume that they'll give something in the future to increase that, and so when they do increase it in the future, I want to be ready so that I'll have a bunch of BP banks, so I'll be able to punch out a couple of levels real quick whenever they hoist it out. I've got a, what is this? Daily freebies. Okay, I already pulled my freebies for the day. So since I've upped the VP level, they're giving me this stuff as compensation since I pushed it out. So claim all. So I can use those. That's nice. Nice of them. Another thing I've noticed, the shop, the theater, not repopulating. Okay, it says that these are supposed to populate. Refreshes at 5 o'clock daily. They did not refresh for me yesterday. I logged on in the morning, did my things. I could not pull these. I logged on again after 5 o'clock. They still had not repopulated, and I logged on this morning, and I've been purchasing other stuff. I've purchased all of the Awakening chest tickets. I've purchased all of the Sulphurous, all the Herb keys, all of the Hidden Weapon chest keys, and I'm starting to purchase sausage. I've purchased all of this stuff, okay, because this hasn't reset, and I can't purchase these. So I'm hoping this will. I'm hoping that there's glitching. I think the active wheel missing, and they're giving us tickets for it. And this daily shop, I think these are bugs. Okay, hopefully they'll catch them when they release, or they might just be getting ready to update this because they're going to release an SP character. My assumption is they're going to be putting an SP tab in here for chances to get Tang San. That's what they did with. That's what they've done with these here. As you can see, they've got tabs for both of the. This is only a 3 choice, which is not very good. It should be an 8 choice by now. But my assumption is what's going to happen is they're going to update the shop. This is already a max tab. They'll change this one to probably an 8 choice or a 6 choice pack, and then they'll add a slot for SP, and they'll have Tang San in it. That's the assumption I'm going to do when they release Tang San. Okay? So if you want to know what Tang San is, you can actually see Tang San's picture inside of the dragon, inside of your go to your Soul Force Trials, go to your Dragon God, and then go to the Gather of Dragon Power, and you can see him right here. Divine King Tansan is what he's going to be. And as you obtain him and level up his divine skill, you'll be able to get some rewards. Okay, so he's coming out, and it's going to be soon. I was hoping it was going to be this weekend, but I really, in natural, I didn't think it would be. My assumption is they put 2 time-limited events in here that are running for another couple of days. So my assumption is it'll probably be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday of next week, which is when we'll finally see him drop. If they hold true that they tend to do this sometimes on a Monday, which is really not the best day to do anything because it's the start of the week and there's already a lot of stuff you have to sweep. You have to do the initial run on all of these bosses and whatnot to get them so you can sweep them for the rest of the week. So Monday is really not a good day, in my opinion, to actually run a big scale event. So, but if they follow the course for that, it'll be on Tuesday is when those 2 events went, then we might see it then. Another thing to do is check out your Soul Master and just he's not showing yet. Okay. So he's not showing yet. So it's not going to be tomorrow. Okay, because they usually punch it in the day before, but they might be doing it different now. But yeah, so that's going to be the first. So I'm going to go for him. He's probably, as I've said yesterday, either be Evil Eye or Ling Ling. Most likely Ling Ling will be the replacement, simply because I'm getting a lot more damage. I did several runs today using the Sect boss because you can get 3 runs for the Sect boss. So I ran it in different formats. I ran it, and I ran those different formats, replacing Ling Ling with the character and replacing Tang Sen, and I used Craftsman Lu as the replacement for both of them. Okay, I did more damage with. The damage was higher with Evil Eye and Lu than it was with Evil Eye, or than it was with Ling Ling and Lu. Okay, so definitely got to get a lot more damage. I get more damage from Evil Eye, which is not surprising. He's a melee character, and that's what his focus on is damage. Ling Ling is a healer. She heals, and she buffs attack speed and attack. So that's what I was looking to get from her. So I'm definitely going to be able to get. So what I'll probably do is I'll replace her. See how things go. If it gets to the point where I need healing, or if it gets to the point where I need, I've built up a lot of soul rings and stuff. Maybe I'll go with another SP supporter. But Ling Ling was good for the time being. But I think I can run 3 attackers now. They spaced apart the breakthroughs on the armor to the point where it's no longer going to be difficult to get it before you're able to upgrade it. I'm already maxed out on Hugh, all pieces, and I've halfway maxed out on Inming with the pieces. So I don't really see that. Evil Eye, I'm not maxing him out, although I could, but I'm saving those for Tang San to be used on him whenever I get him. But yeah, that's the way it goes. So that's what we're going to try. We'll see how it works. I'll be running a 3 attacker and a tank, and maybe replace a tank in the future. I don't know. It really would be nice to run a team that had all Shrek 7 members. It'd probably be pretty powerful. We'd have with 3 attackers. We'd run Evil Eye. We'd run Tang San. We'd run Wu. Okay, and then however, there's really not a tank in the Shrek 7. Okay, so we'd have to Evil Eye. Dai was sort of kind of like acting like the tank. In terms of that, even though he is an attacker, so I have to focus on there won't be any tank, but we might have to keep Inming in for a tank, and you do need a tank simply because of the fact that it keeps them off your attackers. It doesn't matter how powerful Hugh and your backline characters are, if they get directly attacked, they're not going to last very long. One of the one of the faults of characters that nuke like that is the fact that they're generally squishy. Okay, so you need a tank that taunts and blocks them from getting to your back line. It's just common sense. Okay, so you need a tank, something to block, something that can sponge. And Inming does an excellent job of that. I assume there'll be an SP tank in there. That's something that we might look at. Okay, but I'm probably going to be focusing on attackers first. What I would really like, what I want to see is I'd like to see Hugh, Wu, Tang San, the SP Wus and the SP Tang Sans, and then Inming is a tank. That's what I'm looking at, is to be that'd be the first, because I have Wu would be melee, Tang San would be ranged. That would work in perfect with what I'm currently running. So Wu would be up front with Inming, Tang San would be in back with Hu. That would be a good mid-level team, 2 SPs, 2 SSs. And then at that point, I'm probably going to be out of shards or close to running out of shards or S shards, so I'm going to have to build up things at that particular point. I'm hoping that they'll release Wu pretty soon. I'm hoping Wu will be after Tang San, but we'll have to see. But yeah, definitely go for Tang San, because I think you're going to have more options to get him and make him one of your make the shards easier to forget, just the same as he did with Evil Eye. All right, so that's what I got so far. So I think there's a few bugs. Stable. I had some issues on the first day with things rocking out. I still cannot. Nothing. The only time it drops is on the Sect. Doing this Sect, and then running the Martial Soul tournament. It runs it, but when it tries to go for the calculation, BlueStacks crashes. That's the only thing that it crashes on. So I have to run my Martial Soul tournament on my tablet. It works fine on my tablet. So it's not anything associated with the game. It's associated with the fact that this is getting a little bit too difficult. I've got BlueStacks 64. And what I'm probably going to try to do is try to update this on the 64 and see if it will run on the 64-bit version. If it does, then it'll probably be a lot better. Right now, I'm not running it on the 64 version because I put it on when I first downloaded it, which was, it's been almost 2 years. I really, BlueStacks 64 had just came out. And they were just starting to implement certain games with it. So I really never had a chance to use it. I've got it, but I might go ahead and port this onto 64 and just see what happens. I'm sure I'd probably be able to run the Martial Soul tournament if it'll run in 64-bit. And I'm assuming that it will, because this game came out as 64-bit was becoming something that was being used by games. So my assumption is that the game will run on a 64-bit version of emulator. We'll have to see. If not, if anybody's tried that and it didn't work, let me know. Also, if somebody else is using emulators, what emulator are you using? And have you been able to complete the Martial Soul tournament using your emulator? It runs it and it ends it, but when it gets to 0 and it's time to start calculating, it crashes. It doesn't crash on my tablet, so it's not the game. It's the emulator. Or maybe it's the game associated with the emulator. I don't know, but I don't think, since it completes fine on my tablet, which is, I have one of the upper end tablets. It's obviously not, yeah, I think it's just associated with BlueStacks not being quite able to handle the calculations. So I have to see, but everything else seems to be running fine. It has, it doesn't drop out. I can do all the other stuff. I ran several battles on it this morning. And didn't have any trouble. It completes the Soul Pagoda fine. Everything seems to be running well in terms of that. So I don't think it's anything associated with the actual game itself. And it's this was a pretty big update. So the fact that they had some buffer, a little bit of an issues, not that big of a deal. On a happy note. We have jumped back into 3rd place. When they did the server combinations, we got a new sect entered into our server, which is called GTFO. And they temporarily buffed us out of the actual third place slot. We were always coming in third. It was Gods of War, um, Divination, and then it was Shadow Blitz. Now it's Gods of War, GTFO, and then Shadow Blitz, and Divination has been taken out of the top three. A lot of that has to do with the fact that there are several of us inside of Shadow Blitz which have been talking amongst ourselves about how awesome the Dragon Palace is. So pretty much all of our team has been madly focusing on the dragon, and we've been amassing BP at an astonishing rate. So Divination has always been well above us in terms of BP. They're now well below us, and the reason, see, we're at 2198, and the reason is they don't have a lot of people. Divination does not have a lot of people in their sect, but the ones they do have in their sect are exceedingly powerful, very high BP. We don't have we have more people in our sect, and we have a couple high BPs, but a lot of us hover around the mid to medium range. But because so many of us are, smacking out billions of BP due to this dragon, and there's more of us, we've been able to overtake Divination now that they've come out with that. And as you can see, we built up a pretty good buffer, 2198, and they're at 1945. So that's the reason. So yeah, we've been, because we say, like, man, this Dragon King is awesome. I mean, because the first time I did it, I said I got 2 billion BP with one morph on my Dragon King, and then everybody started replying back to the sect, and it was like, wow. So keep an eye on that. So that's really cool. So yeah, so if you're a member of a sect, let your sect members know that you can get a lot of BP just by messing with your dragon and just morphing him up. Okay, use the diamonds. Yes, it's a little bit extensive on diamonds, but as you can see, Sea God and stuff reset. The Sea God Island reset. You should be able to get like 15 to 20,000 gems right there, and that'll buff you back up, and then you can get some more. Dragon power is the next issue, so you're not going to be able to fully meet, but do as much as you can. I mean, I've got like 5 billion BP in just a couple of days because of it. So it's definitely something that you want to focus on, and it'll give you a chance to, because you increase your BP, and it'll give you a chance if your sect runs in the actual sect battle, it'll give you a chance to do that. So if you're in a sect speed race, and you should really be, because you get a lot of crystals in this thing. Okay, you get a lot of diamonds when this thing ends. If you're in a you get a hunk of diamonds, and it's really useful, as well as some other nice rewards. So I'm happy that we'll be able to be back in the reward structure after being out of it there for a little while. So that's all I got. But yeah, the Royal Hunting Ground, max out the other ones. I'm just waiting for this one to come online. So this will be coming online Monday. Okay. Well, actually, it'll be coming online tomorrow and Sunday. So it should be online tomorrow. I haven't had a chance to do anything in this one yet. Okay. But I've cleared this one, and I'm up to like the fourth one or so on this one. And go ahead and clear this one as well. As you look at it, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the combination of these two will enable you to get soul rings for all slots. Okay. And you want to be putting all of them on all the characters. Don't skimp. You can just click on the soul ring tab and click auto, and it'll automatically place the best ones at each position. Don't enhance them yet. Okay, I would wait until you get at least the red or the black ones first, and I would only focus on the red and black ones at this particular time until we can see how many enhancement materials are going to give us. If enhancement materials for these soul rings become an item that is capable of being obtained outside of the sweeps inside of the event, then you might want to consider going down a little bit farther than just the red and the black. Okay, because as you can see in the Martial Soul, they don't give you enough of the actual they don't give you enough of this soul power crystal. They don't, to actually get it, because you can only get it through the summoning. through the Icefire Yin Yang well. Occasionally you'll get it in there inside of the refills, and you only get it inside of the Sect Marshal tournament. So there's not a place where you can get a whole bunch of it at any one time. So as you can see, I'm just focusing on the red ones and on the actual orange ones. I max out my red ones first. I always prioritize the red Mystic. Okay, now that they're all maxed out with my enhancements, I'll start focusing on maxing out these with my enhancements. Okay, and if I max everything out to the point, you know, where nothing needs enhanced until I level them up, I'll just wait, because I'm not going to throw any enhancements on these at this particular time unless I max all of these out and enhance them all maxed out. Then of course then there's no more need to hold them for these, so then I'll start using the purple. But yeah, based on how much it costs, because just one slot enhancement on these, I don't have any more to enhance. Okay, see, 2,340. Okay, just on this is just on on one of the orange ones. You're getting up to nearly 15,000 on the red ones when it's time to enhance one of these beastie boys. I actually had to wait 2 days before I had enough to actually enhance one. So yeah, it's a pretty big wait. But yeah, now that I've got all these, they're maxed out to the point as far as they can go for me at this time. I'll start focusing on the orange ones and start enhancing them. But I'm not gonna focus until I've got all these taken care of before I start worrying about anything else. But you know, it's a good way to get a little bit of BP. Each time you enhance it, you get a little bit more BP. You definitely should be purchasing in the events. If you do see events with that, you should be purchasing the chest so you can select. Okay, I did purchase a select chest. That's not in my soul quest. It's in my bag here. Where's that chest at? Right here. So yeah, see, this is nice because it allows you to choose, you know, what you want to use it on. So what I normally do is I just look for one that's close to being upgraded. I don't have one that's ready to be upgraded, but I can get this rhino really close. So the next time I get another 10, I'll be able to take my rhino up. Now, a lot of these are just rewards that I've gotten recently. Still got these buffered on, but these are going to be going. I'm not going to have enough inside the bag to actually, or inside of the upgrade slots. Probably won't have enough to max out tank sand, so I'll have to dip into that bag and start using them. But I should have enough to max him out, or be very, very close to it, get him up to 5 moon. Or 5 sun, actually. So, but yeah, well, I'll have a video when it happens, and we'll go ahead and go through it. All right, so thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you subscribe, you'll see the bell. Click on it. You get notified each time I drop a video. It's Kenra, coming at you from the corner, signing out.